All right, so AMTV is absolutely reporting that the shooter in Las Vegas had a direct connection to Lockheed Martin. Now, I talked earlier about him being just a lefty, but AMTV is putting forth a very strong theory that this guy being a Lockheed Martin government-cleared employee, that he in fact could be an MK Ultra sleeper agent who was activated for this mission. And in support of that, I'm going to offer you some kind of weird spiritual evidence. So my significant other is a very spiritual person and kind of psychic and has a lot of ESP. Her mother's intuition is off the charts. And so when I woke her up in the middle of the night to tell her about this and I talked about it, the very first thing she said was, he's MK Ultra. Now, if you don't know about MK Ultra, I'm not going to go into the time of explaining it to you, but I'm going to make a video about a woman I met, I think some 10, 11 years ago, who was an MK Ultra trainer. And she spilled her guts to me for 4 straight hours about her entire life, her life in the Illuminati, her status as an MK Ultra mind control agent who does the actual mind control, that converts these normal people into mind control slaves. Now, another thing that makes this guy an MK Ultra potentially is that, and this is also my significant other, she popped off with this other information where she said, look, if he worked for Lockheed Martin, then he's locked away in this secure government-controlled facility where no one's in there that doesn't have clearance. And these plants and these buildings for Lockheed Martin, I can tell you, having seen them myself, they're enormous. They're enormous compounds. So they could have easily taken this guy while he was at work and turned him into an MK Ultra assassin. So we were way into conspiracy land here. Typically, I stick to the facts, but AMTV said it first, and I think they might have this right. They always have a handler. MK Ultra always has someone close to them who watches them, and they try to get them as deeply embedded in their life as they can. And so for that role in the movie, I'm going to suggest that it must have been this Mary Lou Danning woman, who is definitely Asian, and not the Asian like you have in San Francisco where they are 4 generations, 6 generations, 8 generations deep. This lady was still fresh enough that there was some Asian language on her Facebook page. Saw it with my own eyes. I couldn't identify it. I'm not an Asian dialect expert, but I will say this, that she kind of looks like she could be Cambodian or potentially Vietnamese. She doesn't really look Korean to me. I'm just guessing here. This is all going to come to light. But she might in fact be this guy's MK Ultra handler. So more needs to be known about her. Her lack of anything on her Facebook besides grandma was a little weird. Her Facebook looked a little too clean. I don't know. Conspiracy land, but AMTV is reporting it's an MK Ultra hit. The government wants us to fight each other. See, that way they don't have to all come and kill us. We can just all kill each other, and it's madness, and it's being perpetrated on many levels from many different directions, and this thing is part of it. I believe this thing is part of it. I don't know if it's MK Ultra or just a pissed off liberal, but I'll tell you this, it's horrible and it's frightening, and oh my God.